Hello everyone, continuing from last video, today I'm going to review my student's game. Actually, my student sent me many games from different servers, and now this game is played on Fox. He is a 3Q on Fox. There are three parts I'd like to emphasize today. The first one is my student, he has a habit. When he see a weakness from his opponent, he is rushing toward that weakness, but in the end of the sequence, there is nothing special. So I recommend my student not to rush even he discovers the weakness from the opponent. Okay. Number 2 and 3, these are common things, common problems for Q players. For improving this part, you need to play many games and you need to review many games. For these parts, we need a certain amount of experience. Okay, let me talk more details about number 2. There are many situations that I say, in this case, this is normal, right? This is our first intuition. Yeah, I often say like this. So for you guys, it is very important to know this kind of first intuition in the partial variation, you see? So let's develop this part one by one, okay? And for number 3, there are so many cases where your reading skill is terrible, so suddenly the game ends, right? I'm talking about that part. So for this part, we need many practice, many experience. Okay, let's start. My student is black in this game. This is normal. Now, the opponent played here. This is not a joseki. Yeah, this move is a kind of rootless move. I can say, with this move, I can say he has no teacher. Yeah. Today, again, I've seen so many moves from his opponent that it seems like he has no teacher. So, I came to this conclusion. If you don't play no teacher move, then you are a dumb player. Yeah, I'd like to say like this, okay? So let's aim to not play no teacher move, okay? In this case, where do you think the right move is for black? Because we know that this is the normal joseki, right? But he didn't play the right move, and then we should punish. How we can punish? If your opponent doesn't follow the joseki, then you can think about the joseki. And then you can play where your opponent didn't play. In this case, your opponent didn't play on this side, so you can approach from this side. Yeah, this is quite good. And after this, you can go back to the lower side. Yeah, I think this looks good for black. But in the actual game, my student played here, but it was not that bad. Because if white plays on this side, then this means that white invested one more stone over here. It is not that urgent. It is not that big. Right? So this is also okay for black. But when your opponent doesn't play the joseki, you can play in the place your opponent didn't play, okay? This is the actual game, and the opponent invaded directly. This is not good, of course. There are so many big places, so white can enclosure on the upper left corner, or white can extend over here. Yeah, this is not that urgent. With this move, I can say this is ruthless. This is a no teacher move. Yeah. My student played here, it was okay. And you see, white played here. How do you think about this? Actually, this is the part that I'm most concerned about, you see? Because you can learn from your opponent while you are playing. But there are so many players on the Q players stage, you see? Yeah, we cannot choose our opponent, but there are so many opponents playing like this. So yeah, don't learn from your opponent's move. So yeah, this kind of ruthless move ruins our how can I say, our eyes. Yeah, we should see beautiful things for our health, you see. But this kind of move is not good for our baduk health, you see. Yeah, so I really want to help you guys not to play this kind of no teacher move, and I really want to help you guys to become a dan player as soon as possible. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And my student jumped. This is so nice. And then he played on the lower left corner. This is also very nice. Now my student didn't block, but this is the only move. Yeah. White can cut, but black can fight like this. Yes, there is no problem. Yes. But later, after this move, my student came back here, so that is okay. Now I will give you a question. What is the only move for black? In this case, there is the only move. For a certain level, this is the only move. This is black's turn. Where do you think the only move is? My answer is over here. The reason why this is the only move is if black plays away, this is so painful. White can hit the head of two stones. This is a vital point. This is a very powerful move. So if it is possible, black can extend here. Now these two stones are safe. Even white plays on this side, black can save these two stones. So for white should answer to the corner. And then black can come back on this side. Yeah, this is a normal sequence. This is a kind of the only sequence. So if you get stronger, there are many the only moves. Does it make sense? So in this case, I'm saying this is the only move because hit the head of two stones is very painful. But in the actual game, my student played on this side. But playing Atari is not good. When there is a cross-cut move, it is better not to Atari. Because after this Atari, you still have weakness over here, right? So you don't have to play Atari. So in this case for black, it would have been better if black exchanged this, but otherwise this is the normal move, right? So yeah, this is better, but my student played Atari, it was not good, and the sequence went like this. Yeah, actually this cut is not that good for white, so this exchange is not beneficial for white. This is the actual game. Luckily my student got to play on this side, but actually for white, when my student didn't play on this side, white should have hit the head of two stones, and then white could have played like this. Yeah, this exchange is very good itself, so this is a vital point. This is the actual game. Now I'd like to talk about number 1. My student has a habit rushing to a weakness. Yeah, my student discovered this weakness and then rushed, but he thought it is not working, so he changed the direction. But actually, in this case, black didn't have to attack this group, right? Actually, now black is quite ahead, since black has this corner, and here is more than 10 points, so black is good enough. And then black doesn't have to attack this group, and just black can play away. Yeah, actually in the actual game, black could have blocked here, and then this group is all captured, but we cannot read this kind of sequence exactly, right? So if so, this kind of variation is risky. We don't have to take that kind of risk, okay? So I recommend you to play away. If you are ahead, you don't have to cut, you don't have to attack the opponent. So yeah, this is the actual game. And white played Hane, but in this case, black could have cut. Then this group is captured, but it is high level. So let's pass. Yeah, this is the actual game. Yeah, black answered here, but actually, rather than this area, this side is more variable. Yeah, even white can save this one stone. Black doesn't have to fight. Black can exchange this and then jump like this. Black can sacrifice these 3 stones, right? Because building territory with 3rd line or 4th line is much bigger than, for example, capturing these 3 stones, right? So that's why in this case, for black, rather than keep playing on this side, playing on the left side would have been much bigger. But it is not easy, I understand. This is the actual game. Now black played away. It seems like my student didn't know how to play on the left side, but there is a certain move on this side. Yeah, in this case, I can say like there is the only sequence. Yeah, for a certain level in this kind of shape, there is a certain sequence for black, that is playing this Hane. Because white has a weakness over here, white cannot capture this 1 stone like this because black can cut, and then this is a double Atari. So this is a disaster for white. So for white, this is the only move. And then black can extend. This shape is very nice, right? What if white extends? Then black can push and then push one more time. White cannot block because there is this cut, right? So if white should answer, then black can tenuki. Yeah, black is so happy. Black can approach from this side, or black can attack this group. Yeah, I don't know how to attack, but it looks possible. You can remember this move. Now I will show you a joseki. This is a 3-5 point joseki. In this case, do you know what is the joseki? That is white to play this hane. It looks very similar to the actual game, right? Black cannot capture this one stone because this is a double atari. So for black, this is the right move. And then white can extend. What if black extends here? Then black can push and then exchange this and then approach from this side. Yeah. It is very important for white not to play atari on this side first. Okay. If you master many of josekis, you can play this kind of move in this situation. The actual game, my student played away and the opponent didn't connect here, but this is the biggest and this is the most urgent place on the board. But white didn't play on this side, so the sequence went like this. In this case, my student didn't block here, but this is the only move. Probably my student was afraid of this cut, but there is this hane. Now this 3 stones doesn't have any liberty, so white should play on this side. But then black can take the corner and black can sacrifice these 2 stones. You see, black is just happy. But it is not easy, I understand. But in this case, you can just block, no matter what happens. This is similar to on the lower left corner. In this case, when white played here, black could have played on this side without hesitation. Okay, don't be worried about this cut. You will be okay. Okay, my student was worried about this cut and he didn't block, so the sequence went like this. Now for 2 players, this is the most urgent place, but they are not aware this fact. So this is the actual game. Luckily, my student managed to play on this side, so black is quite ahead. So far, so good for my student. Now let's judge this game. Who is leading? How many? Let me count the territory. On the upper left corner, white has almost 25 points. And on the lower left corner, white has 10 points, right? And then here we can say white has about 5 points. Total, white has 40 points overall, right? What about black? The left side, this is around 25. And on the upper right corner, at least 20, right? Already black can cover white's the whole territory, right? And for black has this corner, and here black has some more points. So we can say black is ahead this and this much. And now black can attack this group, and there is some potential on this side. So now black is ahead. in this kind of situation, you can think about the safety. Yeah, if there is a weak group for you, and then now since you are ahead a lot, so you can take care of your weak group. Now we can see that there is some weakness over here, but black player didn't know that. So he played on this side. It was partially okay, but after this, white played here. Black played Atari without any thinking, but it was his almost losing move. With this move, black should have played on this side. This is center, right? And then these two stones are already captured. Yeah. Black can reinforce with one more stone. Then black is ahead way a lot. But this was my students' a huge mistake. And then something happened and black couldn't connect. So the sequence went like this. This is actually the number 3 problem. You guys all must have this kind of experience, right? But for this part, there is no shortcut. You should experience a lot. If this kind of situation is repeated, you can be changed, right? I'd like to believe like that. This is the actual game. Now white started leading suddenly, and actually there were a lot of happenings after this, but I will stop here for today. You may remember the 3 things I wrote down here, and I hope you can apply it to your actual game. Okay? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!